And let's see if you guys are telling the truth about any of this stuff. So joining me on the telephone right now, we have San Diego State professor and creator of the Avatar, Aaron Elkins. Aaron, first off, this is a lie-detecting robot for real? Hi, Aaron.
Yes. Yeah. Hi. Yes and no. It's not necessarily a lie detector like you might imagine, like a polygraph or a system, where it's attached to people and it's making a judgment. What it is a kiosk which has integrated artificial intelligence that analyzes behavior and then during this analysis kind of renders an assessment of that goes to a human officer who then kind of makes the final judgment.
I see. So it flags maybe potentially suspicious behavior or whatever physical signs that might be indicating something is off, and therefore now I'm going to hand it to a human to do the final analysis.
Exactly. It's not like Pinocchio, when it notices someone's nose growing and it says, lie. But what it is it's based on a lot of the science and psychology and communications theory of the different kinds of behaviors in the voice and the eye, in the face and the body and the posture, in the words we use in the conversation that reflect different emotional, memory, cognitive, arousal states, which then tells us something that we, definitively about their current state. And in the context of this really controlled interaction, says, okay, we should follow up on this issue.
Hey, Aaron, has this been tested against the more traditional polygraph that's been around for decades?
It's difficult to compare against the polygraph because this system is more looking at indicators of risk and arousal and in a myriad of settings, whereas with a polygraph, it's normally a 3-4 hour interview with a human interviewer doing a specific protocol, asking questions, kind of eliciting confessions. They're just very different. The one thing I can say in a comparison to a human interview is generally human detectors, experts, and regular people, they're about 54% accurate without any extra information, just judging people by their behaviors or their words. Or this particular system, depending on the scenario, has been anywhere from 70, 80 to 90%, depending on the kind of deception you're looking for.
Professor Elkins, I was interviewing another psychologist the other day. Apparently there was a new study. I don't remember all the details. I don't have it in front of me. But they have now found that once we tell a lie, subconsciously we program our brain gets used to it. And so it becomes easier for us to lie. In other words, the first time we lie, we actually have really significant physical reaction to it. Right, our heart rate goes up, all those traditional signs. But the more we lie, the less we have the physical reaction because of what's happening in the amygdala, and I can't remember what other part of the brain it was in the study. Wouldn't that have a negative impact on your ability to kind of judge if there's a real perpetual serial liar coming through?
Yeah, I mean, the question is whether or not people actually believe they're lying, and if then their behaviors manifest the same way. For the most part, I think that's true. That's still a big challenge. But in many cases, that's generally focused on the physiology.
Right.
Where, okay, they're not getting upset, they're not getting stressed, but there are other factors that reveal that our story is manufactured. Things related to memory, cognitive issues that you can get at, and you can start to see, well, we'll make it harder to lie than tell the truth and really tax them cognitively. Because even though you may believe your lie, the way that you tell the story, the sensory experience you may be describing, the way that you use words, the way that it maybe is harder to tell a lie because you're making things up as you go after your story, those kinds of things are nearly impossible to fake unless you're so, enmeshed in this storyline that it's completely true in your mind.
Sure, and then you probably have some other issue going on, either drugs or mental health issues or something that you're living in that alternate reality. Well, I'm fascinated to see how this will progress, and once we arm them and start shooting terrorists on. So, no, I'm kidding. But I mean, this is where things are progressing. Why not leverage the rapid increase in computing power and over the last 20 years, and the parallelism in computing power, along with the advancements in AI and heuristics and everything else? I think why not? Let's add to the tool belt that's available at things like our border. It's called the Automated Virtual Agent for truth assessment in real time, also known as the Avatar. Professor Elkins, look, Aaron Elkins at San Diego State. I appreciate your time today. Thanks for filling us in.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, I really appreciate that.